Hi everybody, it's me, Plantine Charlene, and I am back again. It's been a while since I made a video, so if you're returning to my channel, thank you for coming back. And if it's your first time here, I hope you'll enjoy what you watch. I am going to make this video today to discuss a request that I've had, and it is about my Hoya collection. So that's what this video will be about, and if you're interested, please stay and until the end and watch what I have, because I do have several different Hoyas that I'm very proud of, and I'm going to share that with you. So thank you for watching. And as always, you know, I like to say thank you to all of my subscribers and anyone who does watch my videos. I appreciate you all. If you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you'll consider doing that today. And there it is. And for anyone who has seen any of my videos in the past, I have been talking about my sign. I had lost the C and the E. I found the C. So I'm still looking for my E, which is missing right from here. Okay, moving on. Okay, this is my first Hoya. I'm going to show y'all, which is my, I know the name, just for some reason I'm not able to pronounce it right now. My brain is not working. It had a new leaf that was coming over here, and for some reason it died off. But then I'm feeling the leaves here and how light this is. Oh my Lord, I need to water this. That's why. And look at this, this is shriveling up. Okay, I am not the best at taking care of this one, but I will water it because it is super dry and super light. That's one of my many ways that I talk about understanding when I need to water my plants. It's how light the pot feels versus just sticking my finger in the soil. But with Hoyas too, a lot of them have a lot of them have thicker leaves. So if you can bend easily, that's a dead giveaway too. But this is one of my Hoyas. This one has never flowered. I'm hoping I can get it to flower. And again, this is like the third time a leaf has come through and then died off before fully developing. I don't know. I think either this one or this one was the last one that actually survived. So that's one Hoya. Watered. Here is another Hoya, which is the most recent one I purchased. And I believe this is called the pacquilada, but I did a short or a post on this one recently. It is giving me so much new growth. All of this right here is new growth. It keeps twisting in its own stems. There's going to be more new leaves coming here. This was another one that I kept knocking off the new leaves. Well, this is one that I was knocking off the new leaves myself. So when I finally saw that I didn't mess up the plant, there's been a lot of new growth. So like I said, here, then over here, up there, down here, there's a lot of new growth. This is new. It's just all over the place. All of this is just giving me happy, happy, joy right now. This one had broke, and now I see that something is pushing out right there. So this is a beautiful thing. This has been one of my fastest growing Hoyas that I've recently purchased. And you know, even with a little bit of hurt leaves that I purchased it with, or whatever, however I'm supposed to say that, it's doing very, very well, and it's living in the IKEA greenhouse. along with the other Hoya I showed you. So I'm very happy. Hoyas, by the way, is one of my favorites. Okay, that was favorite and genus put together. So favorites, plants that I own, and they've been one of my easiest care, some of my fastest growing. Just again, happy, happy, joy, joy. So there we have it, my Hoya pacquilada. If I said it wrong, my bad. Okay, here is another, and I own two of these. This is the smaller of the two. This is my Hoya Crimson Queen, and you can see I really need to repot this. This has been going on for a while now. I cut some back and more grew, and I just been a little lazy. I did do a lot of repotting recently, but this was not one of them. And majority of what I repotted was out of soil into, what do you call that stuff? Not leca, but the other little pebbly stuff that I can't remember right now. If I do remember, I'll put it below or say it out loud. But this Hoya Crimson Queen was purchased a few years back. It was before COVID. Oops, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say that. It was before the pandemic. So I've had it for about 4 or 5 years. And when I first purchased it, it might have just been this little stem here. Let's say it was about 5 leaves on it. So I am very excited about how this plant grows. This is another one of my fast growers and one of my favorites. Yet though, to get it to flower. So part of me in my mental was believing that if I keep it root bound, that maybe it would force a peduncle to push out, but no, it hasn't. So there it is, my Hoya Crimson Queen, the baby of the two. All right, and here is my other Hoya, my Crimson Princess, and it too started off with about 5 leaves. I purchased them both from the same place, so I've had them for the same amount of time. And as you can see, this plant is nice and full. Also has not flowered for me. I don't know. It lives in the bedroom where it gets a good amount of light. And I do love how this plant grows. It grows very fast. I like how the pink is in the leaf while it's maturing, and then eventually it turns into a cream color like these. But overall, this plant is just so beautiful. There's so much. When I really say I appreciate Hoyas, I really, really do. I pretty much don't have any problems with them. I'm trying to think if there's any type of pest that I've had to deal with. Maybe the only one I can truly think of is mealybugs, but never on this plant, so I'm happy. I will say though, when I first purchased this plant, either this one or the other one, it had what do you call those little snails, tiny little baby snails in it, like really, really small ones, and it was a lot. I freaked out when I saw that one had fallen on the on my table, and I was working and I saw it, and I freaked out. Thank God the hubby is not afraid of snails, and he helped me out. It took me a long time to be able to hold this plant feeling that there were no more snails living in it, whether it was this one or the other one, either way. But look at how beautiful that is. So as you can see, there are new leaves coming. There are a lot of roots, if that's what this is considered all over. I know sometimes it's new leaves, sometimes it's roots. Hopefully one day it'll be a peduncle and it will flower. But until then, it's still beautiful and growing very nicely. Okay, here is another. This is my Hoya Publicalyx Big Splash. Because, ooh, I just watered it so it's dripping. But there are some roots coming out the bottom. I didn't repot this before when it had roots coming out the bottom, but what I did do is I added new fresh soil to the top, like a good inch or two. And I don't know. Look at this super long stem here. There's only two new leaves on it, but it's really long. And there's nothing there other than these two right here. So you can see there's a lot, I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of, I guess that's roots or something. I don't see any new growth, new leaves more like it coming. I'm not going to cut it, but I did move it to the bedroom where the last two I showed you live, because there is more sun. This was living in here, but I didn't feel like it was getting what it really needed in this area. So I did move it. I love the splash on this leaf. I don't know if it's picking up, but there is some pink in there. So no, it just looks like cream, but to my eyes it looks pinkish. But the camera says no, that's not. It is cream. I'm gonna work with my eyes because that's what I used to see, and I like the color pink more. There are some leaves that are going a little yellow. I think that's because I have been doing really bad with remembering to water it. I'm inconsistent, so sorry. That's just the part of being a plant parent. You're going to have inconsistencies. Well, let me not speak for others. I will have inconsistencies with watering my plants because sometimes, even if they're in my face, I forget. I can look right at the plant and won't water it. And then when it starts to look sad, or if I pick it up one day and feel that it's light as a feather, then I go, water the daggone plant. So anyway, again, another plant that has never flowered, another Hoya that has never flowered, and I'm hoping one day one will, other than the one I will show you guys eventually that has flowered for me. But there you have it, my Hoya Publicalyx Splash. Okay, here we have another one, which is my Hoya Collection. Hope I said that right. I like how this one grows to the side, to the left, to the left. Okay. And another one who has not flowered. I do see a new leaf coming here. This is a new leaf. No, wait, this is a new leaf. This is a new leaf. Actually, these four might be new leaves. I've been losing them down here. As you can see, one is going to fade to black. I've had this one for a couple of years now. I remember when it grew because it's so weird looking. It's got a heart shape, but it's like just a little off in its shape. This has been my best heart shaped one along with this one. So I'm happy with this plant. Now, can someone tell me, is it possible? Is it a peduncle? Or am I dreaming or wishing too hard? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Hard to say, but I feel like I'm going to get some leaves here, possibly even to there. So if that's a peduncle pushing out right there, yay, winning. But until I can confirm that, this Hoya has never flowered for me either. So as far as growth goes, now that we're in springtime here in the States, Ooh, that's dropped soil. I'm getting my new growth going kind of fast, but I'm gonna say this plant is a medium growth for me. But as of this year, right now, it's doing. This is fast. These two just came this year, so this one coming already, and this is only the second month of spring, and these came probably. Excuse me. These probably came during winter, spring, end of winter going into spring. That's pretty fast for this plant. I had more down here, like I said, but they fell off as the new leaves were coming in. But anyway, this video is going to be long, so I'm going to move faster. That is my Hoya Collection. Okay. So as I am talking about my Hoyas and how none of them have flowered for me that I've showed you so far, I go to get my Hoya orbita, and what do I see? Hoya G. I'm so excited. Look at that. It is going to be a bloom, darling. Yes. Okay. Find your center. Don't plant geek too much on the YouTube video. Though that's okay if I do, because hello, there is a flower, and I have to be very gentle. Now I have this one living in water. It has a friend, okay, the philodendron trubii moonlight. Right now, you know, it's like whatever. That's not what this is about. Excuse me. It is all about the Hoya and the beautiful flower that is hanging there. I have to be so much more gentle. You should have seen me removing it, because I didn't know until I went to go get it, and I was like, oh, and now I'm like, okay, it's only one little stem. Maybe there's more coming. I don't know. But I'm going to be super gentle, and I'm going to just show you my Hoya orbita. I really appreciate this plant that much more because it is flowering for me. And like I said, it's living in water since I've got it, which has been about 3 years now. I think I got it either right before the pandemic, the year before, 2019 or 2020, whatever. Or I got it in 2020. Because I remember going through a little moment of plant purchasing like crazy. But anyway. Okay, that's it. Okay, seriously. Moving on to the next one. Do y'all see that? Oh. Alrighty, here is another Hoya. I believe it's a Dischidia. Not really sure, but it has splashes on the leaves. When I first purchased this plant, it was much fuller here. This stem was looking like it was the only hope I had, and it survived, and it grew much longer. It probably was only this long when I first purchased it, because in here it was much fuller, but a lot of the stems and the leaves were yellowing, more like it, not the stems, the leaves were yellowing. And I said, okay, focus on it, pay attention to it, because I think it was underwatered, so it was pretty much feeling the effects of being underwatered. One of the things that I really like about this plant is I'm going to consider it a medium to fast grower, but one of the things I really like about this plant is the shape of the leaves and the splash on it. I like the way it looks against the dark green, and the fact that it vines. I like hanging plants. I don't know. I have like this mixed feeling of upright growing versus vining, you know, hanging over plants. Depending on the type of plant that it is will depend on which way I like it to grow more, because vining plants, we know that you can, some of them, specific ones, whatever. You can put on a moss pole or whatever you want it to grow up, and that does tend to make the leaves grow bigger, but there's something about it flowing over that makes it look really good. So for a few of the plants that I do have, which is mainly my pothos or philodendron, growing up a moss pole or a piece of wood, I have them flowing and growing upwards, so I get the best of both worlds. Anywho, getting back to this Hoya, I really like it. I appreciate the way it grows. I'm hoping that I will get this one to flower for me. And for the record, I don't even know what the flowers look like for all of them, but I don't really business with that. I just think that what makes these Hoyas so unique is how they flower, how it can be a little cluster of flowers that bloom outward. As I showed on my last Hoya, that I see a bloom coming, it's a single flower. I don't know if that's the way that Hoya grows, if it's just one flower or if it's a cluster, but I don't care. I'm just happy that it's flowering. So there we have my Hoya Dischidia Splash. I don't really know the real name of this. Who cares? It's a Hoya. Okay, so here is another Hoya whose name I cannot remember. It looks like I think it might be the Shepherdii. I don't remember. There's two of them that I have that look very similar. The difference is this one does get, see that color that's in there? Oh, let me just make sure I'm grabbing this right. You can see there's a little pinkish color on the leaf, which tends to come when there's a new leaf or if it's getting a lot of light on it, but eventually it does, you know, go into a creamy color like this. And I think the other one, anyway, I'm gonna focus on this one. It's hitting me, sorry. This recently started to push out these new stems, which I'm seeing that there's some life coming on these leaves. It took a while. It took a long while. And I did lose, because I was not watering it consistently, I did lose a lot of what's in here. This plant was much fuller than this when I got it, and it still looks pretty good. But I know that if I was more consistent, it would be better and possibly, you know, have flowered for me or something. But again, another one that has not flowered, but I did show one that did. I will continue to say that. Now, because of my inconsistencies, I don't know. I don't know why I need to repot this plant. Not because the soil, like, it's not root bound as far as, or at least doesn't have roots coming out the bottom, and it doesn't feel root bound, but I don't like the soil that it's in. And though I've been saying this for about 4 years, I still haven't repotted this plant. It is in its original pot. I think I got this from Plant Arena, and it was prior to the pandemic. So it's been in the pot for some years now, and I really need to repot it. It probably, no, I know it will do better if I repot it and give it, excuse me, and give it some fresh new soil. And I probably wouldn't see stuff like this happening, because this is so dead. And there's a few of them in here. Oh, see? But I'll do better. I'll do better by you, because you were one of my favorite Hoyas that I purchased, because how the color comes in. When it gets nice and colorful, it looks so pretty. I don't think I can find the picture, because I won't. Anyway, so that is my Hoya, maybe Shepherdii. I don't know. Moving on. Before I move on to the next Hoya, I just remembered what I repotted my plants in, and it is Pon. That's what it was, Pon. And I'm going to do a video on that as well, hopefully. Okay, I'm going to show you guys this plant because it's living in a separate area and I didn't want to take it down. Now, as sad as it looks, and it does look sad, this is my only other Hoya that has flowered for me consistently. It was attacked by, what do you call those things? Mealy bugs. And I refused to have given up on this plant. Now you see all of this deadness, right? You see how there's deadness in the pot. This plant was much fuller, but I stood by it. Now I'm not really sure the name of it. I was told, and I don't remember, so as expected, I'm making a video talking about my Hoyas and I don't know all the names. But you see, this is another one that has that splash on the leaves. Let me see if I can get a better shot of that. Okay, I can't right now. Maybe if I do it downward. So, you guys can really, there we go. That probably, I'm not gonna move. That is my Hoya something something. And as I noted, this one has flowered for me many a times, and I mean consistently flowered. As of right now, I can't even show you a flower. It's hurting. I need to water it. As you can see, as I'm touching it, things are falling. But that's okay, you know, because this plant is a comebacker. It comes back for me every time. I don't care what time of year it is. I don't care how bad I am with watering it. It comes back every time. So as sad as it looks, it will look better. Now I think I might have broken something because I see that it's bleeding. It's bleeding white blood. But that's okay, because again, this plant is a comebacker. And I will never give up on this plant. See, oh, okay. I was gonna show you an overduncle, but it committed suicide and jumped. Okay, that's it for this one. Yay! And here is another Hoya, and I don't know why I can't remember the name, but this one has gone through some changes. You can see how light the leaves are, and that's not the right color. It should be more darker green, and these are more recent leaves, but I have it living in leca. You can see this root. I'm not even gonna make excuses. I need to do better. This plant at one point was doing so great. I mean, you could see that there's still growth, right? Like a lot of growth, but as I said, you can see the leaves are very, very light. Now I'm not sure if that's because I don't know what it is. I'm not going to talk about that. I don't know. So I'm trying to do better. So far it's getting a little bit better, but it's still not where it needs to be. I'm thinking about cutting it, and no, I'm not cutting it. I'm just gonna see what happens. I'm just gonna see what happens. This is gonna be a short discussion. There it is. The Hoya, don't remember the name. And I really should. Hoya. And here is another Hoya. I believe this one is the Wetty Eye. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I got them mixed up, but it's very similar to the last Hoya I showed you as far as like the shape of the leaves, but they do grow just a little different. This one, I don't know. I can't really explain it, but if you saw the two next to each other, you might see with a good Hoya eye, you gotta have a good Hoya eye. You might see the way they differentiate. So, you know, I like it. Now this plant also was attacked by mealybugs, not badly, but enough for me to always look and check it out. I'm not sure what that is, but it survived, and it needed to be re-soiled. I did that, and I ended up getting a bunch of growth because this plant didn't have these long vines. Not this one, not this one. If you see, there's new growth coming. Or maybe you can't, but there's new growth coming. All of this, maybe not that, but this and this all are new since I repotted it. It's much happier. Clearly, I needed to take care of it, and I wasn't properly. And now that I have seen that it's been happy, it appreciates it, and I appreciate it. I hope I said that right. So, boom, there it is again. My Hoya collection is one of my biggest prides and joys. But the next Hoya I'm going to show you, which is the last Hoya, is the biggest pride and joy of mine. Get your shade going. Get your shade going. All right, now remember I told you guys that I had another Hoya Crimson Queen that was bigger. This is it here. This is my super duper pride and joy Hoya. It's my largest Hoya of all my Hoyas, and I hope you can see why. And I'm gonna turn the camera around. This one right here is a super fast grower. I mean, all day, every day. Look at that, not half and half, but you can see part of the leaf is white, part is green. There's a lot of new growth. They come in white. I love it. They come in pure white, and then they'll turn pink. See, pure white. And then they'll turn this pink, and if I find one, I'll show it to you. But look at this variegated leaf. I just love this plant. Now, as we know well, if you don't know, I'll tell you. But if you already know, sorry. You just have to hear it again. The Crimson Queen is green more on the inside and has the cream on the outside of the leaves, like this. And the Princess is vice versa. It's more green on the outside and creamy on the inner part of the leaf. This Crimson Queen gives me whatever it wants, because that's why it's a queen, because she does what she wants. Okay, and I love that about her. She is amazing, absolutely amazing. And see, like this leaf here has just a smidgen of pink on the edge. You see, like I said, she does what she wants. She don't care about the rules. She does what she wants. And I've been hoping, you see that right there? I've been hoping something like that would be a peduncle one day. She has been growing. She's never given me a flower. She hasn't, and I'm hoping she will soon. Soon, right? I mean, you haven't been out of your current pot. That could be why. She's full, she's luscious. Here's another one that has some pink on it. Look at another one that has some pink on it. She does what she wants. She grows how she wants. She variegates how she wants. And boom, there it is. So that is my pride and joy of all of my Hoyas. And she has proven why. Okay, so those were all of my Hoyas that still live. There are a few that didn't make it for the time that I've owned them. And that's okay. Maybe I'll replace them, maybe I won't. But at the end of the day, that was my Hoya collection. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do it now. And more importantly, guys, like this video. It really will help me if you like the video, because it will make them believe that I am loved. And On that note, comment below, click the bell to know when I've posted a new video, which may not be for a while lately because I've been slacking. And I know there's something else, I just can't remember. So thank you guys, thank you for watching. Stay healthy, stay blessed, stay happy. God bless you all, and bye-bye. Bye-bye.